This is John and John, a podcast, episode number here. John and John visit a Maid Cafe for the first time. John, we are standing here outside of our first ever Maid Cafe experience. That's right, John. Why don't you tell the listeners where we are? Well, John, I believe we are in... Let me look at this map for a second really quickly. It's called Akihabara, I think is how you say it. You know something, John? I don't know the language, so I'm just presuming that you are correct. I'm gonna do the same thing, John. No one has yelled at me yet, so I presume how the kids say, crushed it. Fade for a moment to black, and a screen wipe back inside the cafe. John, we are now inside the cafe. That's right, John. We have been given our little menu, which I must say is surprisingly small. John, don't be so close-minded. It's a maid cafe. It's clearly for the experience and not for the selection. Well, I suppose that is correct, John, but still, I, as a good, a good fellow American, would like all countries to have a hamburger. John, you are so incredibly close-minded, I don't know why I take you anywhere. Do you know how expensive this trip was to even get here? Do you know the money that we had to scrounge out? Do you? Well, no, actually, I don't. I don't really look at the finances, John. Well, John, I do. And you're going to sit down, shut the fuck up, and enjoy this experience with me. Give me a second, I'm breaking character. So, listeners, we have indeed ordered. I have chosen the strawberry shake with some sort of donut that is also strawberry themed. I unfortunately am incapable of reading the language, though the image beside it looked rather delicious. Well, I decided to simply go for the cinnamon sprinkle donut and a tea because I am, as you say, an uncultured swine? Well, John, I didn't exactly say that. I was going to say that I don't like to leave my comfort zone. Yeah, you're an uncultured swine, John. John, let's just try to have fun. You're right, John. I'm sorry that I'm getting so aggressive with you. The wife has just really been on my back recently about the finances. And you know what? She didn't like the idea of me going to a maid cafe. She believes that it will send me into temptation. And honestly, it hurts that she doesn't have faith in our marriage. John, that's understandable. We will talk about this more later, but right now it would appear that our food has arrived. It certainly has, John, and it looks delicious. And now the maids appear to be casting some sort of curse on it? Spell? I am unsure of what they are doing. John, I also do not know what they are doing, but it sounds like they want us to say it as well. Well, when in Rome, as they say. I'm sorry, ma'am, could you say that one more time? Forgive me, I can only speak English. Oh, mare? I do not know if I'm saying this correctly, but I really hope that I am. And we're supposed to say it twice. Okay. And we're supposed to wave our hands over the food. Okay. I'll try. Oshiku. More. Oh, you're supposed to say the first two parts first, and then you're supposed to say the second part again. Oh, I'm sorry. John, and you call me uncultured. You know what, John? I'm at least trying. You're sitting there saying nothing. John, I'm saying it at the same time as you. We just sound exactly the same. I never really thought about it that way, John. I'm sorry. Let us try one more time. Oshiku nare. Oshiku nare. It would appear that the maid said that we have done it correctly. We have witchcrafted our way into a tasty meal. That's right, John. I actually look forward to what we're about to have. Me too, John. We will get back to you as soon as we are done the meal. Fade to black. Some kind of advertisement plays for a really obscure product. Fade back to them. John, what would you say was your first experience in a maid cafe? Well, John, I would say positive. I would say the same, John. The food was quite good despite being mildly expensive as well, but as we know, we are paying for the experience, which was quite lovely. The girls were very kind, they were very friendly, and luckily some of them knew English. John, I couldn't agree with you more. The fact that they knew English definitely helped us out. It certainly did, John. Perhaps we should try other maid cafes in the future. I couldn't agree more, John. John, I think this is where we need to rate the maid cafe. Well, I suppose we can do that. This will be our baseline, but I'm going to give it an 8 Johns out of 10. I believe I'm going to do the same, John. 8 Johns out of 10. 8 Johns out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. That is the rating that we're giving this cafe. I do not know what it says, but I believe you would translate this cafe's name as Happy Happy Kitty Kitty Cafe. So, for anybody who is interested in those particular types of cafes, the Happy Happy Kitty Kitty Cafe is definitely worth checking out as far as I'm concerned. Well, this has been John, and this has been John. We will see you all next time. Ba-doom. There we go. That is John and John go to a maid cafe for the first time.